And on today's episode of Why the World's Going Down the Trash Can at a Rapid Speed...
I want to take you back to the 1950s, or at least that's what I thought when I read this Brisbane mum's Facebook post. Brooke Smith shared her routine online. Here's what she said. I always make sure I don't go to bed until everyone's lunches are packed, their clothes are set out for the next day, including my husband's, and the house is clean, dishwasher is on, and a load of washing is on. I always get up early, 4:30, with my husband to make his breakfast and coffee. Go, Brooke. Whatever. I tell you what, though, Chris, I mean, a lot of people online are saying, well done, are praising her.
Who? Who are these people? Oh, has he hypnotised her or something? Who does this stuff? Making his breakfast and then putting his clothes out overnight? Is he disabled or something? Like, seriously. It's like, get a grip, get off your bum and do stuff yourself.
My only theory is that she might actually like her husband and she might actually like to get up at 4:30 and spend some time
I
with
mean,
him.
I like my husband, but make your own bloody breakfast.
This is so sad. Like, humanity has reached an entirely new level. I'm not even going to say humanity. I'm going to say women have reached an entirely new low level to slam publicly a mother who enjoys her role of providing and helping her family survive from the day to day. She enjoys spending time with her husband. She enjoys making lunch and breakfast for her family. Why are we suddenly villainizing someone who's making that decision?
Even more so, because I 100% agree with everything you just said. And I guess like I'm
so sad.
I'm like kind of dumbfounded because even the men on there, because both of those men are sackless. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because at the end of the day, like I think any real man, any like traditional man is like, yes, this works well for my family. Why are you out here trying to slam my wife and tell me that I'm lazy? I go work. This works for our family. At the end of the day, like I think a lot of people who are traditional have just gone say, you know what, we're not going to be too involved with like gay marriage, or we're not going to slam people for whatever the choices they make. But now your people come from the other side of the aisle and be like, God, you're so lazy. God, you're a piece of crap. Your wife is a slave. It's like, no, you're fucking miserable and you want everyone to be miserable with you.
The moral of the story, regardless of if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you are, like you said, a man who's working and like your wife's holding it down, you do what works best for your family. Like, this is the foundation of life, is to love, is to have a family, is to carry on the generation. Like that, at the very, very fundamental truth and core of humanity, is our purpose. And regardless of how that looks for you, you shouldn't slam other people for their own choice.
And this kind of, to me, this also goes to reflect back that this is like the lie that I feel like feminism tells so many women. It's like, you're a piece of crap and you're low value for taking care of your family, but you should come work for us at our corporations and spend 40 hours a week away from your family, because you know what? That's purpose.
Yeah.
That's real
You know
purpose.
what? Waking up at 4:30 a.m. and making your husband breakfast and getting your kids out the door while you then spend the rest of your day enjoying your free time, working on your passions, working on your hobby. That's slavery. But going and getting a corporate job for 40 hours a week
To be miserable, by the way,
is the right thing.
Yes.
No, that's slavery.
Yeah.
Like,
I just the fact that they come up here on national television and try to slam this woman. And it's like, to me, I think it really, like, this is what I truly
That's so
believe.
sad.
I believe most feminists is just the old saying, like, misery enjoys company. And it's like, you're so miserable with your life that you keep trying to lie to younger women and put down other women to just get you to join you on this misery curve. Because we know this is, like, as a society, this is not working for us. It's really not. Like, you look at all the mental health issues. You look at how many people are prescribed antidepressants. You look at just the marriage rates, the birth rates, the divorce rates. Like, it's definitely not going in the upward trend. I mean, yay, equality, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's... sorry. I'm just done. I'm a little done, because I just can't take this anymore, where it's just like, up is down, down is up. And it's just like, we're going to slam people for doing the things that are actually good for society.
yeah. Ladies, just stop. Just stop. Stop slamming each other for their choices that they make. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, and if you want to hold it down for your family, and you want to take care of your husband,
More
and you want to
power
be
to you.
yes.
More power to you.
At this point, that is the more power to you choice. Like, it used to be the career woman was the fringe. Now it's the freaking traditional stay-at-home wife. Like,
Yeah.
and this is why we have mental health crises happening for young kids, suicide rates increasing for young kids.
To all the dudes who are like out here too, who are like, yay, yeah, you know, I don't want my woman to be traditional. I want her to be out there and be a boss babe. Like, if that's what you really want, fine. Yes, I still think you're sackless. But the truth is, I think the real truth is you don't want to reach your fullest potential. I don't think you want to go out there and work more. Because at the end of the day, if you're making enough money, you can afford to have your wife stay home. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want your kids to grow up so they're not psychopaths? Or why wouldn't you want your kids to grow up so they're mentally stable? It just makes too much sense. So I think the reality is I'm not saying that a woman has to stay in her house for the rest of her life, but I think like
Barefoot and pregnant.
yeah, I'm not saying
Making
that.
sandwiches.
But what I am saying, when it comes to like raising children, there is a period of time that I think is completely normal and justified for a woman to stay home. And then even after that, if she wants to just do part-time work, I wouldn't care necessarily. But I think if you can't afford that, that's probably the reason. But don't sit here and be like, yeah, this is our best life and it's miserable. You should join us in our misery.
Right.
Like, I can't advocate for that. So I think the reality is,
women, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience, we find meaning in whatever we choose to do. Okay. So, and that's, a really huge, important thing to do as a human is to find meaning in your life, whether that's as a single mom, holding it down with 4 kids, trying to make a living, making 2 paychecks, whether it's the stay-at-home wife who's alone with babies all day long. You're going to have to find meaning in your own life, regardless of what you do. Now, the problem is that when we are making meaning associated with achievement and career, that's where we have like a very capitalistic mindset in the West.
well, just the choices and trade-offs. You have to choose. If you're going to do that, you have to realize you're going to trade something off. Like men trade off their time to work to not be at home with their kids. And it's a choice and trade-off.
And women having to make that trade-off too, but we're feeling the emotional ramifications of that because it goes against our nature.
Yes, 100%. And that's why I say it. But I think most of the time women do it more so for selfish reasons. Like they just want to do it to be against the grain. And in the sense of like they chase a career not to be against the grain, but to have passion outside of the family unit. Yeah, I mean,
to do what makes you passionate.
Okay, I think yes, that's true. Maybe they're doing what they want to do with passion, but then they get to the end of the line and then they complain that there's no men that want them, and I'm like, that's like the choice and trade-offs.
Or they do what makes them passionate and then wonder why their central nervous system is overloaded. They're having memory problems. They're on antidepressants. They're stressed out of their literal minds. They get home and they're offering their family and their children a fraction of the energy that they've been offering their career the entire day. They wonder why.
Yeah. I mean,
this is why.
It's
not meant to be this way.
That's my opinion. My opinion is that I think that a lot of times it's not for the right reasons, but I think at the end of the day, like if you're going to go work for a company, just realize this. At the end of the day, you're replaceable. And you know one of those jobs is not replaceable? Being a mom is not replaceable. Yeah. That's one shot, one kill. That's the only life you get. That's the only chance you get to be a mom. And at the end of the day, that company, I promise you, in 100 years, they're not even going to remember your name.
Yep.
But your child can.
Yep.
So
to the Brisbane mom holding it down in Australia, we applaud you.
Doing great things for
You're
God
doing
and country.
amazing things. To all the other
And
stay-at-home moms out there who are getting persecuted for their decision to put their family first, we see you and we are proud. We're proud of you.
Proud of you.
Yeah, good
You're
job.
the real ones.
As always, like and subscribe to our channel so that you can keep seeing us banter on the complexities of relationship dynamics.
All right. Y'all have a good one.